Hey everyone, Marty and Alana here from CES 2016. Alana, VR is one of the biggest things of the show. You've done a lot of PSVR, but this is the first time you got to go hands-on and face-on with the HTC Vive and a couple Valve demos. Tell us about it.
I absolutely loved it, to start with. The picture quality is impressive with the Vive, and all of the games that they have is really cool. My favorite would have been the Portal demo.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but just in general, I guess one of the biggest differences from PSVR is the controllers.
Yeah.
So there was this part in my demo where the lady who had set it all up just sat them down on the ground and was like, go pick up your controllers. And I was like, I can't see my hand, so that feels like a really strange thing to have to do, but I knew that I could move around that space, walk forward, and just pick them up, and I did it absolutely perfectly. It was completely accurate.
Yeah, so that's one of the big differences between the Vive and PSVR is, as you mentioned, there's these two light boxes with the Vive in corners of the room.
They're basically cameras?
Basically cameras, so it creates a 3D space that's sort of like 10 by 10, 15 by 15, which sort of doesn't, I don't know, I can't imagine really having that in my house.
No, I think it would be very hard. You'd have to like dedicate a room to setting that up, but in the demo booths that we did have, it basically like maps out all of the walls, so you can move around in space and see if you're going to hit anything or see where your controllers are really well.
The controllers are really great. They have a lot of buttons.
They're
they have
very
the
cool.
Trackpad, touchpad on top.
Yeah, I think the best use of that is in
Tilt Brush.
Tilt Brush, which I think is absolutely amazing. I wish I had more time with that. It's basically a 3D art thing.
Almost like sculpting.
Yeah, kind of. You can just basically one hand is holding a controller that acts as a brush, which you wave around and you draw things. You could take a step back and draw actual shapes and they'll just build up in front of you. And then the other one kind of acts as a menu, but it's this 3D menu that you can sort of pull around. It sort of looks like it's a box around your hand, and then some parts are like textures. One of them's a color wheel, and then with the other hand you go over and you can select any color, and it's incredibly precise. It's super impressive.
It's like navigating a cube and then using your other hand to point to it. So that's one of the main differences, I think. When I've played PSVR, a lot of times it doesn't seem super precise. It almost seems like a laser pointer that's not
when you can see it in your hand, it's really shaky. It just looks like it's twitching constantly, whereas I felt the Vive, the controllers were just, I knew where they were, and I felt really comfortable knowing those were attached to me and that they were picked up perfectly in the camera. They didn't hide what they looked like. Everything just felt like it was picking up all of my inputs.
It felt natural, which is going to be the big thing moving forward with this. And so I'm still a little torn. Obviously, there's Oculus, there's PSVR, there's Vive. I'm sort of leaning towards PSVR just because I have a PS4 and I know I have a thing that will be able to run this.
It'd be very hard to have the Vive in your house, but I do think so far of everything that I have experienced, those are the best controllers that I've had paired with any VR.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're going to have so much more on Oculus and Vive and PSVR and all those crazy, crazy, terrifying future tech. Stay right here on IGN.